Perfectly fine.
I'm Julie, hi.
Hi, Julie. Good evening. This is the regularly scheduled meeting of the Caldwell Hearing Examiner, November 9th, 2021. I serve in both the decision-making capacity and advisory capacity of the mayor and city council. I'm going to skip through some of this. The hearing procedures, as required by the Idaho Code, are as follows. The staff will first present a report on the application. The applicant or the applicant's representative will then present the summary of the request. Testimony of those in support will be taken, followed by testimony from those in neutral position, followed by those in opposition. I will allow the applicant or applicant's representative rebuttal. After rebuttal testimony is given, public testimony is closed, and no new oral or written testimony will be allowed unless I elect to reopen the testimony. The applicant will receive 10 minutes for presentation, and those in favor, neutral, opposed, rebuttal will be for 5 minutes. I accept oral and written testimony from those in attendance, but only if you sign up sheet to speak and have been sworn in. When testifying before me, you must come to the podium and say your full name and address and acknowledge that you've been sworn in. And with that, I will open the hearing, go first to the consent calendar. First item on the consent calendar, action item, approve the minutes of September 14th, 2021 meeting, and those are approved. Item 2, approve the minutes of September 28th, 2021. Those minutes are also approved. Both have been reviewed and signed by me. Section 2, the old business. The action item, we have case number SUB 21-00010. SUP 21-00010 is continued from September 14th and October 26th, 2021, and will be continued to November 30th, 2021 at the hearing examiner meeting. And that's a request by Open Door Rentals LLC for a special use permit. Item 2, action item, case number SUP 21-6, continued from July 13th and October 26th, 2021, has been withdrawn, known as the Timbergrass Apartments. That application is finished and withdrawn. Action item 3, case number AMN 21-1/PUD 21-1, was continued from July 13th and September 28th, and will be continued to December 7th, 2021 at this hearing examiner meeting, same time, same place. On to the new business. The action item, case number ADM 21-02, a request by McCain Foods USA, Inc., to terminate the development agreement associated with parcel number R35307010 in Sky Ranch Business Park lots 1 and 3. Block
1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3, pardon me. Block 1, parcels R35307102, R35307-100A, and R35307-100, Caldwell, Idaho, subject to current city Caldwell standards and are specific to prior developments. Projects shall no longer apply to the subject properties per the request. With that, I turn the time over to the staff. You'll be sworn in. Thank you.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you shall give in this matter shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, Ms. Root. You're the presenter.
Thank you, Mr. Herron, Examiner. Debbie Root, Senior Planner, 621 Cleveland Boulevard, and I have been sworn. Tonight we are here to consider an application by the City of Caldwell and McCain Foods USA to terminate a development agreement that was put in place when McCain Foods was awarded the project for the subject properties from the Urban Development Commission of the City of Caldwell. At this time, McCain Foods was not able to utilize this property. It became apparent that it was too small for their use for the purpose that they originally were awarded the property for. And they have located to the southeast of this property. They have determined that the property will not be used for their purposes. They have asked the City of Caldwell, an urban development district, to terminate the development agreement so as not to be held accountable to the required project that this development is specified. The Urban Renewal Agency has since the property will be returned to the Urban Renewal Agency. It's about 23 acres. The Urban Renewal Agency has submitted an RFP out, request for proposal out to other businesses and things to identify a new partner for this property in the Sky Ranch Industrial Park area. Termination of the development agreement is mutual, we thought to be appropriate by the City of Caldwell Urban Renewal Agency and McCain Foods USA. And it simply will be a removal of the conditions for a specific project that McCain Foods had proposed there. Any person or any business that's identified to be located at this facility or this property would again have another development agreement put in place with the Urban Renewal Agency of the City of Caldwell. And I will stand for questions.
Thank you, Ms. Root. I do have a couple of questions. First of all, what is the zoning for the property?
The current zoning on that property is M1 Light Industrial.
Okay. And the comprehensive plan land use designation?
The comprehensive plan land use designation is also light industrial.
Okay, thank you. Then the zoning will remain as M1 if this action is approved by council?
Yes, the zoning will remain M1 unless a future property owner were to bring forth an application to change that.
Thank you. And then I calculated the acres that involved with this application. It's 23.63, is that correct?
That is, yes, it's approximately 23 acres, yeah.
Okay, and you answered my last question about a future development agreement on these properties. It's not germane to the project. Just curious though, is this trying to be marketed essentially as one piece, or could there be several future owners on this property?
Currently, I believe it's being marketed as a one continuous unit. I believe that the two parcels that are currently within Sky Ranch Business Park, the two platted lots are there for the purpose of providing access onto Skyway Street, so secondary access, one out to Smead, one to Skyway Street. But I was not a party to that original, development plan. The Urban Renewal Agency has identified the opportunities that they have for the property, and, any applications that come forth would have to comply with all of the city standards as they exist at the time of application.
Thank you. That leads me to my last question, which is, are there binding conditions such as subdivision platting? We know the development agreement's going away. There's the underlying zoning, and there are other in situ regulations that are above the base zoning, such as the plat.
Again, that would depend upon the applicant that's identified to, or the, whoever the Urban Renewal Agency supports and awards this, the RFP to. It could be platted if it were to be divided up into individual, smaller segments of property. But at this time, it's not proposed to be platted beyond the, two buildable lots and the common lot that are in Sky Ranch Business Park, and then the 20 acres.
I'm sorry, I should have specified the existing regulations that will remain if the development agreement is rescinded at this point, such as the subdivision plat for those two smaller ones.
Correct. The development agreement is not specific to the underlying subdivision plat.
Okay, but is there anything that outside of the development agreement that would still affect the use of the land, other than the normal zoning regulations, that kind of thing?
Not that I'm aware of. As indicated, any development that comes on to that's allowed to be developed on the property will have to comply with all requirements and standards of the Caldwell City Code and the state statutes. If they were to propose to build a structure over either of those property lines that are part of lots 1 and 2 in Sky Ranch Business Park there, then they would have to replat that property. But as it currently stands, you know, without knowing who the potential builder or user of the property is, I can't answer specifically to that. This development agreement will not impact, the termination of this development agreement does not impact the current users or any future projects unless it were not to be removed.
Thank you very much. Does anyone else wish to testify? Okay. Thank you very much. That's all I had, and we will move to the decision portion of the hearing. I'll close the public testimony. There's no one signed up to testify, so moving along. The page 3 of 17 of the staff report addresses the findings and facts. Section 6.1, the Caldwell hearing examiner accepts the facts outlined in the staff report, public testimony, and the evidence list. The Caldwell hearing examiner finds that it is in the best interest of the city of Caldwell, McCain Foods, and the Urban Renewal Agency of the city of Caldwell, Idaho, to terminate the development agreement at issue. Current city codes and urban renewal processes sufficiently govern the development of this industrial site without a development agreement in place. All adopted city ordinances, standards, and codes were used in evaluating the application. Section 7.1, conclusion of law. Pardon me. The Caldwell hearing examiner has the authority to hear this case and recommend to the mayor and city council that it be approved or denied. The public notice requirements were met, and the hearing was conducted within the guidelines of applicable Idaho code and city ordinances. Section E, order of decision. Based on the findings of facts and conclusions of law, the Caldwell hearing examiner hereby recommends to the Caldwell City Council that the request of McKean Foods USA, Inc., the terminated development agreement recorded as instrument number 201-904-6508, associated with parcels number R35307010 and Sky Ranch Business Park lots 1, 2, and 3, Block 1, parcels R35307102, R35307100A, and R35307100, Caldwell, Idaho, upon transfer of the properties back to the city of Caldwell, be approved. And with that, I close the hearing. Thank you very much. That's all, meeting adjourned.
Where's all the other city folks that we voted for?
This is just the hearing examiner, so the city council meeting will be on Monday night on the 15th.
Oh, okay.
So they meet twice a month, the first and third Monday typically of the month. Unless there's a holiday, then they kick to the following Tuesday. And then, we have either a planning and zoning hearing or, hearing examiner hearing twice a month.
Okay, so I wanna be here on Monday, every other Monday. The
If
first
you're
Monday.
interested in what city council is up to,
Yeah, I do, I wanna know what's going on in my city.
well,
So, maybe contribute, volunteer, do whatever. And you're Bruce, are you Bruce Eagle?
3 seconds, yeah.
I think I voted for you. I didn't know you had curly hair, you didn't look like that in your ad.
That's a job requirement.
I would say that, if you wanna get involved, you could contact, the planning and zoning director, Jerome Mapp. There are some seats available on our different teams that are like pathways and bike routes or historic district commission or whatever. Then there may actually even be seats available on the planning and zoning commission.
Can I borrow your pen? I can write it down.
I'd also like to check with the county. They're currently, writing the comprehensive plan,
I went to that meeting.
so that's a big deal. And, hopefully turn the land use within 2 years.
And you can actually pull up like the city clerk's website, the city Caldwell, the clerk's website, and pull a calendar off of the hearing date. We have the, 2022 date identified already as well.
Okay, great.